You do have the ability inside of the settings general company info to force a user to have to clock in and out before they can actually use the system, or basically they have to clock in before they can actually use the system. In this video, I'm going to show you how to actually use the clock in and out, and I'm also going to show you some advanced features if you happen to be a manager and have security to be able to start and stop or other people's clocks. Actually, you can't start it, but you can stop it. So the first thing is up here in the top left hand corner, you'll see a icon here for clock in. This will be here whenever you have not clocked in. Once you clock in, it'll turn to clock out. So clocking in is a simple matter of clicking the button, and you're immediately clocked in, and the system knows that. So if I were to go down here to the bottom and go to view in process and go to the very bottom of the page, which looks like there's a bunch of people inside of our training database, but you'll see down here at the bottom all of the people that have clocked in today in this particular database. So this is the feature, if you have access to it, that you can actually come in here and stop that person's time, so that the next time that they come in and see, we can just start and stop, or actually stop a bunch of these people. But you can actually, if someone forgot to clock out, you can go in and actually do that. Now in another video, I'll show you how to actually adjust their time clock or timesheet if they forgot and an hour later told you that they needed you to clock them out. So at this point, the viewing process will show you everybody that's at work, everybody that's at lunch, and so forth. Now, when I clock out, there's actually options for clocking out. Now, normally you would say, okay, well, if I go to lunch, I'm just going to clock out. Well, the problem with that is that anyone that is sitting here at work wondering if you're gone for the day or are you coming back, well, if all you do is clock out, they really don't know what's going on with you. So when you clock out of Lizzy, you're actually given options. Is it the end of day, which means that you're not going to show on the time clock on the in process sheet at all? Or are you going to lunch or doctor appointment miscellaneous? And these three are really only to be used if you're coming back. If you're not going to come back, then it really doesn't matter that you're going to a doctor's appointment. You're end of day and you're not coming back. But if you are going to a doctor's appointment, for example, and you're going to be coming back in an hour or two, then you can tell it you're going to a doctor's appointment, and that actually shows up on your timesheet, so that and on the in-process sheet, so that everybody knows why you're gone and that you are coming back. So again, if it's going to be end of day, you're not going to show back up, then just go ahead and pick end of day and be done with it. So at this point, if I was going to lunch, I'll just pick lunch, and you'll notice here that I actually have a clock in. So when I come back, I'm just going to clock back in, but the system knows that I'm actually clocked out for lunch. So anyone that actually goes to in process wondering where Glenn is, they can actually go click the button and see that I've actually clocked out for lunch. And then when I come back in, I'm just going to clock in again, and now the system tells me that I came back at 12:13 from lunch. Now, in the background, all of our timesheets and stuff are all working off of this data. So all I'm doing is clicking the clock in and out button and telling it what I'm doing. And in the background, for the payroll people, the system is actually recording a full timesheet to provide to them when they do payroll.